Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into a story of a crumbling galactic empire, a terrifying prophecy, and just an unbelievable amount of sacrifice, all happening on the desert planet of Arrakis. So let's kick things off with a prophecy, right? A father's vision for his son. But this isn't just any old prophecy. We're talking about a change so massive, so universe-altering, that it's going to reshape not just an empire, but the entire future of humanity itself. Okay, so fast forward a bit. Years have passed since Paul Atreides, you know him, Muad'Dib, took the imperial throne. You'd think everything would be great, right? Wrong. The massive empire he built is actually teetering on the edge of total collapse. And the crazy part? It's not being attacked by enemies from the outside. The poison is coming from within. And that poison? Well, it's his very own sister, Alia Atreides. She's the imperial regent, so she's got all the power of the throne. But she's losing her grip on everything, her empire, just listen to her own words here. It perfectly captures this paranoia that's just eating her alive. The religion that was built around her family, it's completely turned on her. So now she's ruling through pure fear. And the tragic thing is, she's completely blind to the fact that she's the one causing all the chaos. And let me tell you, the situation is absolutely dire. We've got Fremen tribes in open revolt out in the desert. Her capital city is practically boiling over with dissent. Civil war isn't just a possibility, it feels inevitable. And the root cause of all this decay? It's the one thing that Bene Gesserit feared the most. Alia is becoming what they call an abomination. So what does abomination actually mean? Well, because Alia was preborn, meaning she was conscious in the womb, she was left totally vulnerable to the minds of all her ancestors. And now, the absolute worst one has clawed its way to the surface, the consciousness of her evil grandfather, the Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. He's inside of her head, twisting everything she does. He's not just some voice, you guys. It's like he's a parasite and he's wearing her skin. So with the regent totally corrupted, all hope for any kind of stable future lands squarely on the shoulders of Paul's twin children, Leto II and Ghanima. They're the rightful heirs. But here's the thing about being the only hope. It puts a giant target on your back. And sure enough, a seriously sophisticated and brutal assassination attempt goes down in the deep desert. They unleash these things called Laza tigers, basically creatures bred for one purpose, killing. For a minute there, it really looks like the Atreides line is about to be wiped out for good. So the official story that goes out is grim. Leto is dead. Ghanima is missing. And this news, as you can imagine, just throws the whole Imperium into an even deeper spiral of chaos. But the reality is a little different. Turns out, thanks to their own incredible training and smarts, both twins actually survived. They're just separated now and forced to go deep into hiding. Now, the apparent deaths of the twins, that kicks off a chain reaction of desperate political moves all across the galaxy. And it all leads to one of the most shocking, out-of-left-field alliances you can possibly imagine. Get this, Lady Jessica, the twins' own grandmother, is so scared for her life that she flees Arrakis and runs straight to House Corrino for protection. Yeah, the same House Corrino that her son Paul crushed to take the throne. Talk about strange bedfellows. And out of this total desperation comes this wild proposal, a marriage between Ghanima Atreides and the Corrino heir, Farad'n. It's a total union of opposites, a Hail Mary pass designed to stop Alia's madness and maybe, just maybe, save what's left of the empire. So while all the great houses are busy plotting and scheming, the heir everyone thinks is dead, Leto II, is on a completely different kind of journey. One that's going to make all their political games look like child's play. He's out there, in the deep desert, and he's about to walk a path his own father was too terrified to even consider. What does he do? He intentionally subjects himself to a massive overdose of raw spice essence. This is the trial that awakens all those ancestral voices inside you. You know, the exact same thing that broke Alia and led to her possession. But here's the difference. Where she was overwhelmed and succumbed, Leto fights back, and he wins. He conquers those voices, silences that noise from the past, and comes out the other side with this incredibly sharp, almost terrifying sense of purpose. And what he does next is, well, it's horrifying. And there's no going back from it. He lets the sand trout, these are basically the baby sandworms, attach themselves all over his body until they form a living, breathing second skin. This crazy symbiotic bond gives him superhuman speed, unbelievable strength, and a lifespan that will stretch for thousands upon thousands of years. So why would he do this to himself? Why go through this agony? It's all in service of one goal, the golden path. This is a future that he's seen with his prescient vision. It's a future that demands a long, brutal tyranny that he has to enforce on the galaxy for millennia. Why? To save humanity from itself, to ensure our ultimate survival. This is the terrible choice his father Paul saw in his own visions, but just couldn't bring himself to make. So, the transformation is complete. He's not really Leto Atreides anymore. He has literally fused himself with the most powerful force on the entire planet. He's become this hybrid of man and worm, a true creature of the desert. And now, as this new being, this unstoppable force of nature, Leto turns his attention back to the capital city, Arrakis. It's time. He's going back to confront his aunt, to claim his throne, and to finally become that desert storm his father always prophesied. Okay, the climax here is just a whirlwind of shocking moments. First, this mysterious blind preacher shows up in the streets speaking out against Alia's state religion. And then the big reveal. It's Paul Atreides. He came back from the desert for one last tragic stand before he's killed. Right after that, Leto makes his entrance. He's this monstrous figure now with unbelievable power, and he marches right in for the final showdown with Alia, a fight for the very soul of the Imperium. And he doesn't just show up and say, "Hey, I'm the new emperor." No way. He declares himself a completely new kind of messiah. He's not here to continue his father's religion. He's here to tear it all down, to save humanity from the dangerous stagnation that very religion has caused. And Leto wins. He absolutely shatters Alia's power and takes the throne. But don't go thinking this is some happy ending. His victory isn't an ending at all. It's the beginning of a long, lonely, tyrannical reign, all of it built on a sacrifice that is almost impossible to comprehend. Just look at the brutal math of the Golden Path. On one hand, humanity's long-term survival is locked in. We're saved. But the cost? My God, the cost is immense. Leto has completely sacrificed his own humanity. And for the next 3,500 years, the entire galaxy will know nothing but the iron fist of his enforced tyrannical peace. And it's his twin sister Ghanima who really drives home the profound tragedy of it all. The God Emperor who saved everyone, he's now a prisoner inside his own nearly immortal body. He has literally all the power in the universe, and you know what his one true desire is? For an end. An end he knows he can't have for thousands of years. And that's what we're left with, isn't it? This final, haunting question. Leto's choice saved humanity from wiping itself out, for sure, but it cost him his soul, and it cost the galaxy its freedom. So what is the true cost of saving humanity? Is any price too high? Thank you for joining The Explainer.